Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 30 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I should say Ask the Doctors. I'm Dr. Michael Lange of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins, here each and every Saturday morning live to answer any and all questions you may have regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic. This is a live call-in show dedicated to you listeners, so no matter how simple or complicated your question is, we will try to answer it to the best of our abilities. The live call-in number is 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. We are coast to coast, so California to Florida and I've been hosting Ask the Doctor since April of 1993, nonstop on multiple radio networks and live video streaming all over the world. A lot of you used to pick me up when we had a lifetime talk show daily here in the Tampa Bay area every day from at 9 o'clock in the morning, including Saturdays, and then on Sundays we were on at 1. But now we do it Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays, and we run some tapes on a variety of networks throughout the week. So once again, no matter how simple or complicated your questions are, we will try to answer it to the best of our ability. My co-host, Dr. Richard Hall, and myself, Dr. Michael P. Lange, P for Paul, not Patrick. Phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. Also, you can learn more about the nutritional supplements we've developed and we've researched that we recommend to our patients and our consumers and our listeners and our viewers, and that's at fortifeye.com, www.fortifeye.com. Remember, I'm an eye doctor, so it's kind of a play on words. Fortifeye is Fortifeye, fortifeye.com. I'm going to give you the toll-free number to Fortifeye Vitamins. I'm going to give it to you twice, so get a pen and a piece of paper. You can call Arlene or Miss Nita or Tammy or Michael or the intern Jill this week. And the number is 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. I also want to mention before we go to the first caller, we're still doing the Toys for Tots at the Lange Nutrition Center with Doc Hall on Ocala, and certainly at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, and even in Clearwater at the Fortifeye Nutrition Center. Every child deserves a little Christmas this year. So the mission for the Marine Toys for Tots program is to collect new unwrapped toys, and we distribute those toys to the less fortunate children this Christmas. So Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, or Fortifeye Nutrition Center in Clearwater. You can bring those toys in, and we will make sure we help some child that really deserves to have a happier Christmas get one of these nice toys. And it's a pretty good thing that we're doing there, Doc, isn't it?
Absolutely. This is my time of year. I love the holidays. From when it turns fall, I'm happy, and so I'm very happy that we're involved with Toys for Tots. Great group, great organization, great people, and folks, it's time to pay it forward a little bit. You don't have to buy a bicycle if you can't afford it. You don't have to buy some big toy or video game or whatever. I think back to my childhood when a bag of remember the plastic Army Men, Michael? You remember those?
I like the Army Men and the marbles.
Absolutely,
those were fun.
something simple. And but you know what, a little gift like that can really change a kid's life around, and so that's what we're about. And so drop off your toys, down to Villages, or you can drop them off at Ocala, and we'll make sure they get funneled to the right people. And so I'll go ahead and do my opening here real quick. Want to say good morning to everybody. It's a great day here in Central Florida, and if it's not a great day, if it hasn't started out that way for you, you still have time. Let's make it a great day, and maybe do a little exercise today. If nothing else, get out for a walk if you can. Let's get the body going a little bit. And it's a busy day for us, for Dr. Lange and I, and Logan. Logan's not here with us. He's out setting up for the bodybuilding show, which we'll be doing this afternoon over in Ybor City. It's actually the National Bodybuilding Championships for PCA. And both Dr. Lange and I and Logan will be there. And I serve as a commissioner for the PCA. And so it's going to be a big event. And of course, we're doing live radio today. So we have a big and some stops in between too. So we have a busy day, but we're happy to be out and doing it and seeing everybody. So come out to the bodybuilding show, and we have a big booth there, and come up and see us, And everyone knows, I have to put this out there, everybody knows our first caller is usually Bob. And Bob's been around and certainly with Dr. Lange for what, Dr. Lange, since you did the original Omega test way back when, right?
Right. And Bob was involved in some of those Omega Index blood studies that we did with Fortifeye Super Omega, proving that 2 per day, as long as you weighed less than 250 pounds, 2 per day of Fortifeye Super Omega brought the Omega Index between 9 and 11%. And folks, you only have to get out to 8% to get the heart health benefits of Omega-3. Not many companies can say that about their Omega-3, but yeah, Bob was involved in some of those studies years ago. I mean, that was about 12, 13 years ago now.
Well, I have a little announcement here, and it's a good one. I just want to send out birthday wishes to Bob. Happy birthday, Bob, from Dr. Lange and myself and the whole crew here. And we wish you well, my friend. You're a good friend of the show, and you're just a good personal friend and a good guy all the way around. And I know your face is probably red as a tomato right now, wherever you are. And but it need to be said, Bob, you're a good guy. And happy birthday, buddy. And what I want to say too is real quick, we're going to do some rapid fire calls here today and stuff too. So we've got a big heavy agenda today, and but call in, and we're ready to go. We're ready to take your calls. And but we've got some good announcements we're going to do today. I know Dr. Lange is kind of like chomping at the bit to announce a few things. So I'm going to turn it back over to him. We'll get to that first caller, Bob.
Yep, we're getting ready to take Bob's call. Hey, Bob, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, doctors. Thank you for the greetings, doctors. Appreciate that greatly. That's very nice. My wife and I are sitting around having a meal. My wife just loves reading labels, and she picked up some of her supplement containers, and we got into a discussion about 100% of this vitamin, 200% of that vitamin, based on RDA. Can you please enlighten me the essence of recommended daily allowance, please, so I can speak intelligently with my wife?
I'm going to let Doc Hall chime into that because he's an expert when it comes to labels and the US RDA and all that. So, Doc Hall, it's all up to you, my friend.
Great question, Bob. First of all, most people say recommended daily allowance. It's actually recommended dietary allowance. Not big difference, but that's what it is. The RDA is a little bit misleading, and we've had the same RDA now for decades. I understand now it's under review, and it's going to be changing here. I hope, and I hope it does. But it's kind of a misnomer a little bit with the RDA. It's basically RDA is to sustain life. And, it doesn't mean, that it's enough if you're active, if you have a job, if you're under stress, if you have an illness, if you exercise, maybe your diet isn't all that good. The RDA, is just a guideline. That's all. And, it has to be different from, say, a 90-pound female to a 220-pound bodybuilder. There's different needs and like that, but it is a guideline. It's something we can look at. As Dr. Lange said, I'm a big promoter of, you got to read those labels. You have to know what you're taking. And it goes with the RDA too. It's real easy, Bob, on labels. If you look, especially with like B vitamins and like that, B vitamins are really inexpensive to include into vitamins. And a lot of companies put in there, that, oh, you're now receiving 6,000%, 8,000%, and you think, well, that's got to be great. Well, not so great, folks. I'm not one of overdoing. And people say, well, your body just processes it. And, in the case of like B vitamins, next time you go to urinate, there it goes, and it comes out that real bright orangey yellow color. Well, that's true, but remember, your body still has to process all of that. And we don't want to overwork the body. So if you're constantly putting in, these enormous amounts of vitamins and things like that. I had a gentleman in a couple of weeks ago, and he brought in, this is no kidding now, 74 bottles of vitamins that he takes daily. And he was getting zinc from 11 different sources. So, we try to stop that. But the RDA, Bob, getting back to you, is a good guideline all the way around. And you have to read that and know what it means. When it says, you're getting 100% of RDA, that's on the lower end. Again, that's not taken into consideration, that you go out and run 10 miles every day, or, you're under stress, or maybe you have some kind of a physical condition, even up to a disease or like that. Well, your requirements are a little bit different. And so I hope that answered a little bit for you, Bob. Maybe in a future show, we'll dig into that a little bit deeper, but that's what it means essentially. And it's kind of like a little guideline for you, but it's not anything that's chiseled in stone. And again, buddy, happy birthday.
Yes, indeed. Happy birthday, Bob. All right.
Thank you, doctors. Thank you, doctors. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're getting ready to go to the next caller. 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Give us a call, Dr. Michael Lange and Dr. Richard Hall at 1-877-969-8600. A lot of you over in California, it's very early this morning, especially Bakersfield, California, Tucson, Arizona, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Kind of early over there, but we're coming in loud and clear on some of those radio networks.
Dr. Lange, I'm getting a lot of text and emails from folks, and they want us to address this, and I want to turn it over to you. But it's about our superfoods. And they say, Dr. Hall, we're getting swamped with ads out there for superfoods and super greens and super reds and all this stuff. How does your superfoods compare to all these late night TV ads and like that? So Dr. Lange, would you address that a little bit and explain the difference?
Right. So we created one I'm holding up on social media right now called Organic Fortifeye Organic Blue-Green Superfood. And something that really sets this apart, this is the first, or one of the first in the country, that is all certified organic, gluten-free, and FODMAP-free. That means people with IBS can take this. So what I always tell people when they're looking for superfoods or greens formulas, make sure it's not a proprietary blend. That's one thing. It's both of our pet peeves. A proprietary blend is a way you can just put a lot of stuff in there and not tell anybody what you're putting in it. I mean, you can put a pinch of this, a pinch of that, add a lot of fiber in it to make it look like you're getting a big bang for the buck. And I don't like added fiber in a superfood or a greens because that fiber may actually block the absorption of many of the nutrients. So our organic blue-green superfood, once again, is a combination of fruits, vegetables, mushrooms, enzymes, probiotics that are both paleo MAP friendly. All right. It's of spirulina, which is one of the most potent antioxidants out there, kale, broccoli, barley grass juice, wheatgrass juice, peppermint leaf, blueberries, strawberries, pineapple, 6 adaptogenic organic mushrooms, enzymes and probiotics to aid in digestion, and cinnamon. And it's a delicious berry flavor. You put a scoop in water, shake it up, or in your milk or whatever beverage of choice, and drink it down. And this new formula actually can help support energy, endurance, digestion, and really overall wellness. So it's called Fortifeye Organic Blue-Green Superfood. It's one of the first that people with IBS and all sorts of digestive problems can take. Remember, no added fiber, no proprietary blend, no sucralose or aspartame or any artificial flavors. Remember, proprietary blends, you want to know what's in it. So I would think twice about buying anything with a proprietary blend because you want to know exactly what's in it. We tell you on our label of Fortifeye Organic Blue Green Superfood exactly what's in it. And we put it in a powder because if we put it in a capsule, you'd have to take 15, 20 capsules, and compliance is going to be a very big issue. So it's simply a powder. You take a scoop of this and mix it up and drink it every day. And so one of the reasons we developed the Fortifeye Organic Blue Green Superfood is for most of my patients that aren't getting enough fruits and vegetables. We know through some studies now that people that eat more fruits and vegetables daily live longer with less disease. That's absolutely correct. And remember, Doc Hall talked about the dirty dozen and the clean 15. So certain fruits and vegetables you want to eat that are organically grown, those are the dirty dozen. So we find that you can decrease the risk of heart disease and increase your lifespan simply by eating more fruits and vegetables. And there is a study, March 2021, in the Journal of Circulation, where it had 2 million people over 30 years. That's a pretty big study. And it compared the people that only ate 2 servings of fruits and vegetables, which is the lion's share, to 5 servings. Now, I recommend 10. But if you just add 3 servings of fruits and vegetables to your daily intake, it decreases the risk of death from any cause by 13%, the risk of death from heart disease or a stroke by 12%, decreases the risk of all cancers by 10%, and decreases the risk of respiratory disease like COPD by 35%. So that's a pretty big number. So a way you can simply get more fruits and vegetables that's delicious, all certified organic, gluten-free, and FODMAP-free. So once again, our Fortifeye Organic Blue Green Superfood. Check it out. It's delicious. It will help you. Anybody at any age can take it. You can call Arlene or anybody at Fortifeye Vitamins at 866-503-9746. Once again, that's 866-503-9746, or go to the web. Go to the fortifeye.com site. That's Fortifeye, fortifeye.com, and order the organic blue green superfood. If you don't like it, we guarantee everything. We'll give you your money back or credit it, whatever you want. But we have a lot of people taking this product, Doc Hall, and a lot of doctors are taking it.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've got all sorts of doctors, MDs, ODs, DDSs, DOs, PhDs that are taking it, and they do the research and they found something that they can trust.
Well, that's how I start my morning. Every morning, I'm not a big breakfast eater, a sit-down breakfast eater, except on Saturdays and Sundays. I may make a pretty good-sized breakfast. But during the week, my mind won't let me sit down and do that. I'm off to the office. I'm doing this and doing that. And so I kind of drink my breakfast, and I do superfoods with a scoop of protein in there, and out the door I go. And I drink some at the house, I drink some in the car, and finish it off at the office. And one thing, a couple of things here, just real quick, Dr. Lange, I want to add to that is you're getting the nutrients, you're receiving the nutrients of all these super, super good foods, okay? But without the added calories and without the added sugar. I had a patient in a few weeks ago, and his sugar levels were just off the chart. But he said, gee, I'm doing everything right, doc. And I said, well, let me determine that. Something's gone wrong. Well, he was drinking 4 fruit smoothies a day. And it sounds, he says, doc, fruits are good for you, right? And I says, well, absolutely. But, in measured amounts. And he was drinking 4 a day. And so, like I say, his sugar was off the charts, and he was gaining weight. So right there proves the point. Too much sugar, too many open calories there, and you can get all the nutrient way. So that's just something a little bit added to that. You're getting all the good stuff, but without all the negative.
Yeah, there's actually only 20 calories, 4 carbs, 1 gram of sugar, only 20 calories in organic blue green superfood. Now, what a lot of you out there that want to lose weight, we take our organic blue green superfood and take our protein, our super protein, the Fortifeye super protein, take a scoop of both of those. That's a complete meal. You use that as a meal replacement every day. So 1 scoop of organic blue green superfood, 1 scoop of the Fortifeye super protein that Doc Hall is holding up in the back there, and it's good to go. That is a complete meal, and you use that as a meal replacement, not every day at the same time. So you wake up in the morning, one day have it for breakfast, one day have it for lunch, one day have it for supper. That way it fakes your brain out and you don't go into starvation mode. So your metabolism does not slow down. But people can lose weight simply by using a scoop of our organic blue-green superfood, and a scoop of our super protein as a meal replacement each day. Now we go a little further than that. We add some other enzymes and probiotics. If you go to the weight loss bundle, and it talks about a diet that I created called the Lange Survival Diet. And we always preach this. If there's one thing in the world that you can do to lower or to help support a healthy blood pressure, healthy blood sugar, reduce the chance of disease and eye diseases, things like glaucoma, macular degeneration, cataracts, dry eye, believe it or not, is getting down to your ideal body weight. And so that's why it's crucial. Doc Hall and I preach to our patients, get to the ideal body weight. And if you're too skinny, we help you gain weight, believe it or not. But it's usually just the opposite. People have too much weight on their body, and we got to help them lose weight. So the healthy weight loss bundle at fortifeye.com really works. And you can follow that, the directions on that, and you will lose weight. Healthy weight loss, though. All right, phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. I see we got somebody chiming in on Instagram asking once again for the phone number and how do I get Fortifeye vitamins? Well, it's simply if you've been paying attention, I've given you the number a few times, but I will give it to you again right now. A toll-free number for Fortifeye vitamins is 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. And the website is fortifeye.com. I'll spell it Fortifeye. Remember, I'm an eye doctor. Fortifeye. Fortifeye. Also, I want to mention something that's been a big hit lately. Doc Hall knows because people are coming in the Lange Nutrition Center to get this deal, and we've been selling a lot on the internet. About 3 weeks ago, we offered a deal on our #1 macular degeneration vitamin. It's called Fortifeye Macular Defense, and we have Fortifeye Zinc-Free Macular Defense. And that's the 13th revision of that supplement. So it's based on the latest science and the latest research. Everything is going up in price, right? Everything's going up in price. Well, we reduced the price of this 30% to get it out to more of you so you can try it. It's called Fortifeye Macular Defense, Fortifeye Zinc-Free Macular Defense. And if you have macular degeneration, I highly recommend you considering this. If you don't have macular degeneration, you just want to use it as a good multivitamin, eye vitamin, it's perfect. It is 30% marked down on our website right now. You don't have to do any codes or anything like that. And it's free shipping. And that shipping is very expensive. So essentially, with the shipping, it's about 40% off. But let me tell you, this has been huge, Doc Hall.
Absolutely. People are responding. And, it like you said, Dr. Lange, if you're not taking it for the vision aspect of it, so to speak, it's just a super, super good basic. It covers the bases, I should say, for your entire body. It runs a whole gamut, for multivitamins and like that. Plus, it absorbs into the system. Don't be fooled, folks. There's a lot of vitamins out there that claim this and claim that, but if they're not absorbed into your system, they're worthless. They really are. They're not worth a dime. They're really not. And we know what goes into ours. Like I always say, I coined this many years ago, and Dr. Lange picked up on it, and he liked it. And I said, we're very, very proud of what goes into our products. We're equally as proud of what doesn't go in. And there's something to say about that. Some folks, they just throw in anything there, artificial this, artificial that. All kinds of stuff that the names are a half a mile long, and you don't want those in your body, folks. You just don't. So go to somebody you can trust, and there are some good products out there, and we're the one.
Remember, you can always see Doc Hall at Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, Florida. That's 3101 Southwest College Road, right across the street from the Paddock Mall. Go upstairs, free nutritional consultations. He can take care of just about anything and everything for you at the Lange Nutrition Center. Usually on Saturdays, I'm at the Fortifeye Nutrition Center in Clearwater. We're going to be hosting and sponsoring the PCA National Bodybuilding event in Ybor City today at 12 noon. So I will not be at the Fortifeye Nutrition Center today. But we're getting ready to take a break here in a second. I mentioned a new doctor that's joining the team. And also, I want to mention a new protein coming out in a chrome bag. And we're going to talk about that after the break.
There's nothing more frustrating and irritating than chronic dry eye. It never stops. The itching, the scratching feeling, the fatigue and weariness. If you're suffering from chronic dry eye, go to Fortifeye.com and join thousands who've discovered Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy, a combination of Fortifeye Super Omega, Fortifeye Focus, and Fortifeye Black Currant Oil GLA. Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy works to address oxidation and inflammation in the eye and the entire body. This combination, once only available to patients in the doctor's office, has now become available to you. And already, countless numbers of listeners have found relief with Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy. If you or someone you care about struggles with dry, itchy, exhausted eyes, order Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy today at Fortifeye. It's Fortifeye.com or call 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746 and at Fortifeye.com.
While others are hitting happy hour, you're hitting the gym. While they're hoisting mugs, you're lifting kettlebells. You owe it to yourself to get the most out of your fitness regimen before and after your workout with Fortifeye Fit. Fortifeye Fit's power-packed formula is designed to enhance muscle synthesis, strength, and endurance. All evidence-based nutrients in this proprietary formula are well documented and backed in good clinical studies. Taken before and after your workout, Fortifeye Fit is also hailed for what it doesn't contain. No dyes, artificial flavors, or carrageenan. With Fortifeye Fit, you get all you need to get the most out of your workout without needless additives and sketchy sweeteners. Order Fortifeye Fit today at Fortifeye.com. That's Fortifeye.com or call 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. 866-503-9746. And at Fortifeye.com. Maybe it's hours a day spent in front of a computer screen or poring over documents and diagrams. Maybe as you get older, you struggle later in the day to focus on your favorite book. Whatever the reason that you find your eyes tired and that you struggle with eye fatigue, it's time to try Fortifeye Focus. Fortifeye Focus contains the powerful ingredient astaxanthin, a natural supplement discussed time and again among those in the eye care community as a powerful solution for fatigue due to eye strain and blue light exposure. Natural astaxanthin, the key ingredient in Fortifeye Focus, works at the mitochondrial level to support improved muscle endurance and recovery, helping to refresh your tired eyes and more fully enjoy all that you see. Order Fortifeye Focus today at Fortifeye.com. That's Fortifeye.com or call 866-503-9746. 866-503-9746. 866-503-9746. And at Fortifeye.com.
Okay. Good morning. Welcome back to Ask the Doctors. You're listening to Dr. Michael Lange and Dr. Richard Hall discussing nutritional anti-aging and wellness. If you've got a question, give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. All right. If most of you know, we've been involved in developing proteins for quite some time now. I started developing some of the first medical food proteins years and years ago when I was involved in some macular degeneration blood studies. And we found out one of the biggest deficiencies that our macular degeneration patients had was actually glutathione, believe it or not. And we tried using L-glutathione. It didn't work. N-acetylcysteine didn't do too much. But when we put them on a non-denatured whey protein, their glutathione deficiencies diminished dramatically. But also it helped with muscle strength, endurance. And so what better as we age than to take a good whey protein? But whey proteins are not all created equal. When you look for a whey protein, when you go to the store, make sure it says three things on it: non-denatured or undenatured, all right, grass-fed, and where the cows come from. You can look on our super protein, it says New Zealand. You can look on this, it says American cows. We have a new one coming out we're going to talk about shortly here in a chrome bag that's coming from the UK. But a whey protein is not only the most bioavailable protein known to man. First thing in the morning, it's the fastest acting protein. So all of you trying to build muscle, you can take a whey protein shake first thing in the morning. It goes to your muscles very quickly. And believe it or not, at nighttime, you can have some cottage cheese or some A2 cow's milk or goat's milk, because the casein protein that's in there, that's longer acting. So whey protein has its place, not only for building muscle strength and endurance. For men, it helps boost testosterone, added bonus, right? But it also helps your immune system. It's very high in immunoglobulins, covalent bonded cysteine that converts to glutathione, lactoferrin, and CLA. Folks, pea protein does not have all that in it, okay? So once again, whey protein has its place. A lot of you have negative reactions to milk. You must try whey because remember, the lactose and the casein has been removed, and that's what most of you have negative reactions to. So once again, we have developed a new whey protein, and it's coming in a chrome bag. It's a whey protein isolate, which has become our most popular protein, and it is coming in a 60-serving chrome bag. We're getting rid of the black bag, all right? We like the chrome. It pops, all right? It looks pretty cool. So it is going to be out, I'm hoping, in a week or two, and we're real excited about that. And all the bodybuilders are excited about it. The pro athletes are excited about it. But our patients also, this is going to be an unflavored protein. And we're going to expand on that with Doc Hall. But first, I want to give you the number, 1-877-969-8600. We also have a couple other questions I see we're going to go to in a second. But 1-877-969-8600. Doc Hall, you're an icon in the sports nutrition industry, and you realize that, vegetable proteins have their place. But if you really want to build muscle fast and help stop sarcopenia in the elderly, the best protein is probably a whey protein.
Absolutely. I've seen it time and time again over the years. I mean, I've been out here for like 40 years now. And although I'm only 28, I don't know how those numbers work. But honestly, I've seen that. And I have to make this comment. About 60% of the patients that come and see me, and we talk about their diet and we talk about supplements and all that, about 60% are protein deficient. Okay. They think they're getting enough. And when you really analyze it and look at it and add up the numbers, it's like, no, you're not getting anywhere near that. And they're experiencing, gee, I'm weak. I stumble and, sometimes I fall a little bit and stuff. Well, folks, it's not just a condition of getting older. It's that you're not using those muscles and you're not feeding those muscles. You have to feed the muscles. Okay. Muscles are made from protein. All right. So if you're not getting enough protein, well, you do the numbers on that one. And so we have to get that protein value built up in your body. Easiest way, folks, to do that sometimes. Folks tell me all the time, I just don't have an appetite. Or if I fix something, I only eat a portion of it. Well, make a protein shake. Those are easy to drink as you sit down watching TV or, going to a sports event or whatever you're doing. It's real easy to do. And as I said, that's my morning. I start out with a liquid protein drink in the morning with my superfoods. And then I also add the same protein to our fit formula for my workouts, which is fantastic. I mean, Dr. Lange's going to hold up the original container there, the big size container. And our protein, the reason people ask all the time, well, why don't you flavor it up and this and that? We do have some flavored proteins, but our most popular really is the unflavored, because then you can do anything you want with it. Folks, you need more protein, and you have to be careful out there of the proteins you're getting. All right, look at the label. We've been talking labels today, and you have to look at that label and make sure there's not all kinds of artificial flavorings, artificial sweeteners, carrageenan, all kinds of things in there that you don't want in your body. And you think, well, that's just part of it. It's not part of it. I'm so proud of our protein. If you look at the label, okay, as compared to other people's labels, other competitors' labels on there, it's a big full label with all kinds of ingredients on it. Ours has 2: protein and the sunflower lecithin. That's all. And the lecithin's in there to keep the flow going of the powder. That's all. And so, read those labels, and I think you're going to agree that you like ours the best. And when we come out with this new big 60-serving bag, it's going to be awesome. I'm already getting bodybuilders and people calling from out in California, from Texas. Doc, when is this coming out? And it should be here, Dr. Lange, in the next couple of weeks at the most, right?
Well, we start packaging, I think, Monday or Tuesday, and then it's going to be shipped to us. So I'm hoping by the end of this next week, we'll have it
Good.
early the following week. So, 2 weeks, easily we'll have it before 2 weeks.
Okay.
And also, I got to plant the seed here before we take the next call. Once again, 1-877-969-8600. Give us a call, 1-877-969-8600. We got to know if the Sky 97.3 FM is working up in north central Florida. If so, give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. There's 2 new formulas we're coming out with that'll be here soon, very soon. One is called Fortifeye Focus and Brain. All right. Fortifeye Focus and Brain, which is our Fortifeye Focus, and we're adding cognizine. Cognizine is a neurotropic acetylcholine that helps with brain health, helps with cognitive functioning, memory, recall. So it's going to be great. It's exact formula with Fortifeye Focus, just adding cognizine. It's going to help a lot of us out there. All of you executives, all of you that are aging, even if you're young and you are a gamer. So all of you gamers out there, we're coming out with one of the first of its type, and it's going to be called Gamer Extreme. Fortifeye Gamer Extreme. And this is going to be having the lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin, and the acetylcholine trademark brand called Cognizine. Going to be amazing for all of you gamers, so you can game safely, longer period of times, less eye strain, and you'll be able to have a much quicker reaction time. So all of those are coming out in the near future. We'll let everybody know. Before we take the next call, well, we lost that call. I want to talk about, we had a question on Instagram again. Dr. Lange, you always talk about the 4 steps to dry eye. I have a pen and paper handy. Could you please go over it again, quickly? Exclamation point, quickly. All right. Heat, clean, lubricate, nutrify. Was that quick enough? All right. So we heat the lids, we clean the lids, we lubricate, and we nutrify, and we heat them first. So once again, you take a warm washcloth, or you take one of the masks like the Brooder mask or the Optase mask or any of those masks. We sell all this at fortifeye.com under eye care. And so you heat the lids for a couple of, 5-10 minutes twice a day. That opens up the glands, and then the bacteria that's in these glands, the viruses, the mite eggs, the fungus, the mold, all comes out. Well, then we got to kill it, right? So we kill it by cleaning it. And I love the Optase tea tree oil cleansing gel or the Optase lid wipes. Those are advanced. You can't get a cleaning mascara off. It kills all that stuff. They make a lid wipe that works great, and that's made by Optase. And of course, Oxoft is the first in the industry, and their pads are amazing. So we heat them, then we clean them, then we lubricate them. The problem with lubricating eye drops, most of the lubricating eye drops you buy over the counter are kind of like the vitamins you buy over the counter, not too potent, and they don't last too long. There's 2 lubricating eye drops that I love. It's kind of like Bentley or Rolls Royce, Ferrari or Lamborghini. They're all good, right? That's Optase, Dry Eye Intense Drops, and Oasis Tears Plus. Either one of those, we have both of those on the website as well. You can get those through your eye doctor's offices. And these have hyaluronic acid in them. And so this is kind of a natural anti-inflammatory that helps it bind to the epithelium of your cornea, last longer. And you can do a little test that's pretty simple. Take any of your artificial tears you buy over the counter, put a drop on your finger, rub it quickly together, and see how the lubricating property diminishes in 5 to 10 seconds. Optase or Oasis, 5 minutes later, it's still super slippery. And then the 4th piece of the puzzle, after we heat, clean, and lubricate, is nutrification of the glands. And that's where our Fortifeye Super Omega comes in play, our Fortifeye Focus, our Fortifeye Black Currant Seed Oil, or the combination of that is called Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy. Once again, this nutrification lowers the pro-inflammatory omega-6s in our body, increasing the omega-3s. The GLA blocks series 1 prostaglandins, and the omega-3 helps promote series 3 prostaglandins, blocking series 2 prostaglandins. This is kind of complicated, except for you scientists, physicians out there going, wow, That's kind of cool. Bottom line, it works. Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy, but you can start with the Super Omega first. Once you do the heat, the clean, the lubricate, and the Nutrify. Now, let's just say hypothetically, you've done all this, Doc Hall, and your eyes are still dry, okay? We did a procedure on you where we opened up the glands with heat. Well, now we have one called OcuSoft One Touch. $300, so it's affordable. Takes about 15 minutes. It's totally painless. We heat the glands up and gently evacuate the debris that's inside the meibomian glands. It's called OcuSoft Thermal One Touch. Doc, it works pretty good, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I was amazed. I really, when I'm learning things from you that I didn't know, and about all the things in your eye, the things that can make things go wrong, and I got hijacked one time in the hallway at the institute, pulled into a side room, said, "Doc, you gotta do this. You gotta do that." What am I doing? And honestly, I was expecting, some slight maybe pain or some kind of thing with it. It was very relaxing, very soothing. They did this whole little procedure on me. It doesn't burn or anything like that. It's just a slight warming the sensation you get, and it's not a chemical warm. It's from actual heat, thermal heat. And it feels great. But the ending results of that is all of the things that it pulls out of your eyes and all the gunk in there. And I know that's not a medical term, but it puts the point across. And I just firmly believe in this. I mean, to do some good things for your eyes. People ask me all the time, because they've heard me say on the radio about the wipes and and I absolutely use the wipes. I mean, I just think I carry them. I put one in my scrub every day, and about 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon, I just do an eyelid wipe. And it refreshes my eyes. Plus, it cleans them at the same time, So there's a lot of little things you can do like that for your eyes, for eye care, and like that. I want to just make one real quick comment just for a second. You talked about brain health and things like that. I'm working on a list now, and I'll post it up this next week on our website. It's on functional foods for brain and mental health. Foods that you can eat that's really going to help the brain function and like that. So that'll be up in this next week sometime. And onto that, I came up with a little thing is if you support gut health, okay, you're supporting brain health. There's a link there, folks. They go hand in hand. Okay, so look for that. It's some really good foods on there that we should be eating anyway. But now, if it's going to help our brain and mental health, then we're all about that. Back to you, Dr.
And a lot of people today have poor digestion. They really do. And, the digestive system's like our second brain. So important for overall health. And so one way to add to the health of the microbiome, that's the gut flora, is simply by adding a probiotic.
Yes.
All right. Most of us do not have the proper bacteria in our gut. We've taken antibiotics many times through our life. We're drinking chlorinated and fluorinated water, eating foods that have preservatives in it and chemicals, and it's killing off the natural gut flora, the natural good bacteria. So once again, we developed a probiotic called Fortifeye Probiotic Bacteria. And I usually recommend taking 3 a day of this, usually at bedtime or first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. It's a simple insurance policy to ensure you're at least getting the good bacteria to aid in digestion and to aid the natural microbiome health, which we're finding more and more is good for your overall health. So check it out at fortifeye.com, Fortifeye Probiotic Bacteria. We also have a digestive bundle where we add the digestive enzymes and the probiotics. The digestive enzymes you take right before any cooked meal. All right. Somebody's asking for the phone number, saying they get a little static on Instagram. I'm sorry for that static, but the number is 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. We are live today. This is like it's like the end of October.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Halloween's coming up on Monday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. So this is a live show. This is not a tape show. I see somebody chimed in with a question if it was a tape today. Well, no, it's obviously not a tape. We are live in the Salem studios here in Tampa Bay. 1-877-969-8600. Also, somebody else is chiming in here. A lot of people on Instagram and Facebook saying, thank you for the Omega Relief. I listened to your program 2 weeks ago, started the Omega Relief, got it in 1 day. I live in the Panhandle, and in a 2-week period, my pain in my joints has gone down significantly. Exclamation point, Sally. So that's a shout out. Omega Relief is something we developed at Super Omega and the newest form of curcumin called curcugen, which is the only food grade bioavailable curcumin on the market. All right, we're going.
Dr. Lang, you hit on something very, very important there too, is, you get the results, which is, joint mobility, range of motion, less pain and like that, but folks, you get it without the side effects.
Right.
Okay. So many of the pain relief formulas out there and stuff, they absolutely do have side effects. And Dr. Lang and I are not about that. We try to do things naturally, and we try to find that way to do it naturally. So this is real. I receive calls every single day. Dr. Hall, thank you and Dr. Lang for this, because of the relief that I receive. So it's a good bet. The Omega Relief is a good twin pack thing to have in your cabinet.
All right, phones are lighting up. When I told everybody it wasn't a tape today,
Yeah,
it lit up. When they heard the bodybuilding thing, they thought we were probably out at the bodybuilding show and not live in the studios. Before we take the next caller, let's go to Steve first. Steve in Clearwater. Good morning, my friend.
Yeah, you were talking about protein and how important it is, and also about the digestive system is very important. Well, if you look at the biggest animals on Earth, the elephant, the giraffe, the horse, the manatee, these are the biggest, most bulkiest, most muscular animals on Earth, and yet they are all vegetarians. So how do they maintain body mass on such lousy protein intake? And it's because of their super efficient digestive system. So you're right. Digestion is very important, and it's no good to take protein supplements if you don't have a good digestive system to absorb them.
That's absolutely correct. And so people taking probiotics, enzymes, eating some raw food, some fermented food, some sprouted food, all that's going to be beneficial.
Absolutely. And this is the way those animals do it, because their proteins are really lousy. You look at a big animal like a giraffe or something, or an elephant, and he's eating nothing but grass.
Right.
And grass has almost no protein. I mean, it's almost void, but he's very efficient.
But
and
the king of the jungle, the lion and the tigers, they're meat eaters.
Yep. And what happens is, if you ever notice that meat eaters eat very quickly, like they grab food and they just wolf it down.
It's kind of like me.
Whereas animals that are vegetarians, like goats and sheep, they chew and they chew and they chew and they chew, because they want to get every little bit of that very valuable protein, which carnivores don't have to do.
All right, Steve, we're going to the next call, my friend. Thanks for the call. Let's go to Pauline in Ocala. Good morning, Pauline.
Good morning, Dr. Lang. You said that the whey protein powder will increase testosterone in men. Does it do that to women also?
Nope, it doesn't. It doesn't really affect any type of hormone metabolism in women. So it doesn't increase estrogen or progesterone or increase testosterone. But in men has been shown to increase testosterone naturally. So it's great for aging men. And aging is from birth. So really, it's safe for anybody and everybody.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
Okay, Pauline.
Have a great day.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right. I'm glad Ocala chimed in. All right. I see we got like 3 more callers on hold. We don't have time to take those calls. Come back next, but check it out on Fortifeye.com. You can learn about everything we talked about, and there's a description and there's an ingredient profile and there's studies. Just go to Fortifeye.com, FORTIFEYE, Fortifeye.com, or call Fortifeye Vitamins at 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. Remember, we got the 30% off Fortifeye Macular Defense, zinc-free or regular. Go to the description. It'll tell you which one to take. Either one of those, 30% off at Fortifeye.com. Remember, Toys for Tots. Bring the toys by Lange Nutrition Center, Fortifeye Vitamins headquarters, or the Lange Eye Institute. with that, we've got about 30 seconds, Doc. All time to say goodbye to your listeners.
Jay, I don't want to go. I've had fun today, as always. It's always good to be on the air. Join us at the PCA National Bodybuilding Championships over in Ybor City. It goes live at noon. Remember, folks, be kind to yourself, be kind, and leave this thing for Toys for Tots. Pay it forward. Drop off a nice unwrapped gift, either at the Village's office or come and see me in Ocala. And God bless and have a great weekend.
All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to Ask the Doctors. Gosh, it's been close to 30 years. I'm out of here. Have a great day. God bless you, and God bless America.